What's going on, guys? My name is Amir. I own a dumpster rental business, and it is my second business that I own and run. And I make these YouTube videos to show you guys the process, show you what I'm learning, and I never will preach that I know it all. I am just a product of everything that I've experienced, and I'm just showing you guys to hopefully help you and make things easier for you in the future. So today I'm going to talk about 3 things I wish I learned before I got into the dumpster rental industry. The first thing would be the trailer that I picked. Now, I did not start with a lot of money. I had enough money for about a $60,000 investment, and the biggest thing for me was just getting started right away. Like, I had been thinking about it for a year, and I really didn't know where I wanted to go, if I actually really wanted to do it. And when I finally made a decision, my goal was just get started as fast as possible for, as reliable as possible. The biggest thing is for me too as well was I didn't know anything about trailers and trucks, diesels, nothing like that. First thing I did was bought a truck, then I bought the trailer. I went with the 2022 Maxi trailer. If I were to go and start all over again, I would have definitely went with the standard rail trailer. The reason is it's much easier to scale with the standard rail trailer. Don't get me wrong, there is companies that scale with the Maxi system, but here's the thing. It costs more per dumpster to scale up. I'll give you an example. A 15-yarder at one point was going for $7,000, while the standard were going for $5,000. So each dumpster is costing me an additional $2,000 per each one I want to scale up to. So logistically, logically, it just didn't make sense. So I also think that the standard rail systems are more sturdier than the Maxi system. I loved my Maxi system. I honestly wish I could have used it longer term, especially after I got past the learning curve, because that learning curve was kind of rough. I used to think that Maxi wasn't a good trailer, but to be honest with you, I just wasn't using it right. It's a phenomenal trailer, and if they made a standard rail system, I would 100% jump on it and use it. So yeah, to each their own. It's not, just because you have a Maxi system doesn't mean you're gonna fail. It's just my decision, and it's based off the experiences that I had. For me, my ultimate goal is to get a truck, run a hook truck, and I couldn't do that with the Maxi. And that just is what it is. It depends what your goal is. You really have to write down where you're going. For me, I had absolutely no idea. All I knew is I needed another business that was gonna make me money. And once I got to cash flow, I realized, hey, if I want this to cash flow even more, I need more dumpsters, and I'm not willing to pay more for it for nothing good for the future. Because if you wanted to take those Maxi trailer dumpsters, you can add a hook, to it, but it's going to cost you $1,500 and a huge delay. So at the end of it, I wish I started with the standard rail system. Okay, that just is what it is. The second thing that I wish I knew was how time intensive this business is. Now, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I didn't expect the beginning of learning how to do everything to take so much time. And I'm telling you guys, it took days for me to do some things in this business. And it wouldn't matter if I had the time, but I already was working 12-hour days at my other business trying to grow it. So I had to, take a step back from that and kind of I did hire an employee, and now I have 2 employees that work it, so it makes my life a little bit easier. But I wasn't anticipating it to take 3-4 hours at the beginning for some dumpster rentals, between dropping it off, picking it up, emptying it, and then bringing it back. It could add up real quick if you don't, use your time wisely. If you're not, taught well on a trailer. I didn't know how to drive a trailer before I bought a trailer. I literally taught myself in a parking lot. And the first time I went to go deliver, it literally took me an hour to pull into someone's driveway. It was very embarrassing, but it's something that I had to do to get better in the industry. And I mean, now the max that it's taken me since, the last 6 months to pull into someone's driveway is 15 minutes. Usually I'm able to pull into someone's driveway pretty instantly, but some drivers are a little bit more difficult, but it hasn't lasted more than 15 minutes. So something that I would tell you is, once you get everything down, estimate each rental is going to take you 3 hours, and estimate that when you're hiring somebody, same thing. It's going to take 3 hours. You're going to have to pay them for 3 hours. So that's that. Third thing that I would tell you, that when I talk to most people, it seems like they all struggle with, is having a marketing plan. So the reason why I thought I could kill it in this business is because I'm really good at marketing. I am a very good internet marketer in my opinion. And a lot of these guys, when they get into the business, they just post on Facebook Marketplace and they're like, oh, why am I not getting any hits? Why am I not getting any hits? Well, you have to have a marketing campaign. You have to have money set aside to market. I think my first month we spent like $1,500 in marketing, and then every month after that has been less and less and less, which is really good. And honestly, it's just because I'm only running 6 dumpsters right now. I went from 4 to 6, and I got some repeat customers coming in every month, and it's really helped to where I think this month we're gonna spend like $200 on marketing. I always like to have a marketing campaign, and it's really cool to up it during very slow times. You need to know or hire somebody that knows how to do marketing because it's going to help you out a lot. But don't expect to make it if you're not marketing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to work. Like, you can get word of mouth, you can get in with a contractor, that would suffice. But like, it depends how big you want to go, because one contractor isn't going to feed you for 6 dumpsters consistently. Like, my goal is every week all 6 dumpsters to be rented out. Once I'm able to do that, I'll go buy 2 more, and then the goal is to get all 8 rented out every single week, and so on and so forth. And once I get a certain amount, it'll be able to afford a hook lift truck and an employee. And that's just really what it is, guys. Like, you have to market yourself, and you have to stick in long enough for it to pay off. Like, it's 6 months in. I'm 6 months into this, and it really hasn't paid off. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm making money, but like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because it's so new, but it's worth it because of how new it is, if that makes sense. So like, I'm not by any means getting wealthy off this business at the moment, but I can see the potential in the future if I keep consistently doing what I'm doing and I don't slow down and I don't get lazy. And that's with any business. That being said, it's literally any business. You have to be consistent for multiple years. I'm about 5 years into my store and wholesale business, and I'm just now finally starting to see everything that I put in within the last 5 years starting to bloom and blossom. So it's really cool. I'm hoping that the dumpster business takes me half as much time. I really think within 2.5 years, I'll have the business fully automated, and I'll be able to own a business and not be an owner operator, which I'll talk about in another video. So yeah, but if you guys have any questions or anything, leave them in the comments below. I want to make videos that basically document the journey. I don't want them to be boring, but I just want people to know like what I want to basically be able to have videos to look back at from when I started to what you guys see in the future when I've grown. And it's just one of those things where I think it's really cool to see and post and help people out. I wish I had these videos when I was, starting out. I did watch a couple of the guys that make YouTube videos. I mean, the guy, Josh Roman, I can't think of their names, man. The guy who has the orange dumpsters, and then the other guy that has the Maxi system. Those are the 3 guys that I watched. It's funny that I can only think of Josh's name right now, but they're really cool. I love the fact that they made videos. They honestly allowed me to feel more comfortable going into the business. And the thing that I can do is just give back to, everyone else because they did that for me. So it's the least that I can do. But anyways, have a great day, guys.